Okay, so the demonstration that we're going to do right now is title block part 2. So you should have your title block done to this point where you've drawn the outline. So that would be you've drawn the outline, you've put in all the little text font, and now you're ready to do, I guess, this step here, which is number 5, typing in the command @def. So to do that, I've got a split screen open here so I can see both of these at the same time. And I'm going to go make sure that I'm in my text layer because I'm going to be doing text. If you're not in the text layer, it's not the end of the world. You can change that after. But you want to make sure that you've at least got your layers done before you do this part. So I've got text and title block. So I'm in my text layer. And now I want to do my @def command. So you literally just type in ATTDEF, enter. And then it opens up with this attribute definition window. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be filling in this information given here into your attribute definition window. So first it says text size 0.125, justification left. So we're going to check that. Text height 0.125, justification left. Okay, so your first tag is title. So we're going to go title. The prompt is, what is the title of this drawing? And then the default, well, there's no default because every single one of your drawings is going to have a different title. So we're going to leave the default blank, and then all we do is hit OK. And now you have this little block, and it says title. And you're going to want to make sure that you insert it close to your little title word here, not in the middle because it doesn't center. It starts from where your cursor is. So you want to kind of start over here and click it down, and now we have our title @def. And I'll show you a little bit later kind of how it works and how it fills itself out, but for now, just kind of trust me and go with it. So we're going to do it again, ATTDEF. The next one we're going to do is block, so the tag is BLK. And the prompt is, what period is this class? And then the default here says 4. Are we period 4? Someone? No, we're block B. So as you can see that this isn't updated, right? That was just an example. So the default is going to be B. We're block B. Then we go, okay. This one's kind of tricky because people don't like doing this because it bugs their OCD. But when you center this one, I want you to center your cursor with the center of the square. So BLK is actually going to extend outside of the little box, and that's okay. Because if you do it like this and you center it, what's going to happen is when the letter actually puts itself in, it's going to be like over on the left side of the square. That's also going to bug your OCD. So let's put it here like this. Centered in the square, BLK. Next one, scale. So the tag is scale. The prompt is, what scale is your drawing? Default, here it suggests 1:1. I'm going to be honest, a lot of your assignments that you're going to do, especially drawings 1 to 6, are going to be scaled 1 to 3. So to save yourself some time, you might want to actually set your default scale to 1 to 3. It's up to you. You just have to remember to change it for every assignment. So I'm setting my default to 1 to 3. Okay, and then here for scale, I'm going to click it here. All right, I'm going to put just one more @def in because I think you can kind of figure out how to do it now, and then we'll move forward. So I'm just going to do the one for name, ATTDEF, tag. So we'll go for, what's that one? Just name. Name, prompt, what's your name? Default, you would actually put in your name. Now, my name's too long to go in here, so you might have to try this. Some of you might have really long last names. You might have to go with your last initial. So what I'm going to do is, because I know my name's too long, I'm just going to do Sharissa D, and then go OK, and then put it here. Where's name? Drawn by. Here we go. Here, name. I'm going to do one more. I know I said I wasn't going to, but I lied. This one's going to be teacher, prompt, who's your teacher? And then the default, please don't put, it says here Miss Murphy. I'm not Ms. Murphy, I'm Mrs. Drochet, but Mrs. Drochet doesn't fit. So just put Mrs. D. That's fine, because I had too many letters. You could just do Drochet, that fits, I think. Checked by, and that would be teacher. Alright, so this is all I'm going to do. I want you to actually go through and do all of the @defs, but this is all I'm going to do for this demo, and I'm going to skip to the next step. The next step says save the file and ensure your title block looks similar to the sample above. So I'm going to go file, save. I've saved it, and does it look similar to the sample above? Well, sure. The only thing that is different is that I've got my logo here, which you should have. You should have your logo done. And I haven't quite completed all my @defs, but I'm doing it on purpose because I don't want to waste your time and show you something I've already showed you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So the next step after that is to be, you're going to save it as a block using the command wblock, and then on the next page it actually shows you how to do this. So I'm going to go into my command bar and I'm going to type in wblock, enter. And this is where I need to follow the steps really carefully. This is where some of you have already made this mistake. You want to follow the arrows and click all the same things. So at first I want to make sure that objects is selected. The next one that a lot of people skip over is pick point. So you select pick point, and your pick point is going to be the bottom right corner of your block. So click the bottom right corner. The next one, so we're going to look over here. We don't want to have retain. We want to have that to be convert to block. So convert to block. Then we're going to select objects. So select objects, and we're going to select everything, and then hit enter. So now we should have objects. Our pick point is done. So is our select objects and our convert to block. Next thing, we have to designate where we want this to go. Well, I'm going to click the ... It's going to take me into my file browser. I have a whole folder just dedicated to title blocks because, I do this for a living. So I'm going to make a new block here, and I'm going to call this one, I guess what's important with the name is it doesn't have the same name as your file. It has to have a different name. Otherwise, it's going to override your file name. So I'm going to give mine a new name. I'm going to call this October 2017 block. Okay, that's my name. Save October 2017 block, and then OK. And then what's going to happen is this attribute window is going to pop up, and it's going to check that these are all the attributes that you want. I want Mrs. D. There's my name. Blah blah blah. Okay, it all looks good. Okay. So then what it's going to do is it's actually going to auto fill in your block with that information. So mine has Sharissa D, block B, blah, blah, blah. The only one that's not filled out is title. If you want to fill out your @defs, all it is a matter of double-clicking your block. And then, so if I wanted to add in the title, I could just click that and add in the title there, and I can type in, like, I don't know, drawing 1 or something. And then it automatically fills it out. See where I did the funny centering with BLK? It's so your letter actually centers into the middle. Also, you can see Mrs. D fits, but Mrs. DeRoche, you'd be like way out here with the letters. So if everything looks good on your block, obviously my sheet, revision, and date are missing because I didn't do them. But if everything looks good, you're going to move forward. If things don't look good and you want to move something around or you don't like the way it looks, you're going to do something called explode. So all you do is you single select the block and you type in explode, E-X-P-L-O-D-E, enter, and then it unblocks your block, so that you can delete your @defs, add new ones, make changes, whatever you need to do. I'm going to undo that though because I actually want to keep this. So I'm going to reblock my block. So I've got everything in here. It's done. I like it. It's October, whatever, and that's all good. Are there any questions at this point about title block? So at this point, you got it dated. Sorry, not dated. You've got a name given to it. It's ready to go and it's ready to insert into an assignment. And that's the end of this demo.